Madrid win 2-1 against Rayo Vallecano in a game where we honestly had to survive the last 20-30 minutes, which is very unacceptable. How the hell are we trying to play and survive at home to Rayo? At home to Rayo. We got 5 midfielders. Wallah, let's talk about everything. Let's talk about the first half. Let's talk about the second half. Let's talk about the lineups. Let's talk about the weird substitutions. Let's talk about the player ratings for each specific player. And of course, a haywan of the match. Before we start, don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. And of course, comment your own thoughts about the game and what you, of course, made. We play with Lunin, Lucas, Raul, Alaba, Fran Garcia, Chimeni, Luca, Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, Mbappe, Vinny. Of course, the biggest takeaways early on is Lunin is starting over Thibaut Courtois. Thibaut's out for 3 weeks. Lucas Vazquez is starting over Fede Valverde, who was rested. Lukita is back into the starting 11. And of course, Jude Bellingham is also back into the starting 11 after serving his suspension. And the first half, I was very happy with the first half. I was very happy with how it started. The front trio was pressing very well. The midfield was supporting them. The players was moving around. The only questionable thing was the back line, and there was a bit of chances from Rayo, especially the last chance which they scored, and there was chance in between the first half where the goalkeeper just literally booed it over, and Raul and Alaba, there was so much space between them. So of course I'm not surprised, because this is the first time both these two play with each other. So of course there's no chemistry, there's no understanding. Other than that, some of the players performed very well in the first half. Vinny, Chimeni, Mbappe, Luca, and the first half, Vinny with an exceptional, one of the best goals of so far 2025. The way he did it. Mbappe with a great finish as well. And I liked what I saw in the first half. Of course, they scored towards the end of the first half a goal which you can't save. I mean, it was a great finish. Lunin, that's nothing much you could have done. But the second half, I don't know what happened the second half. The second half, Real Madrid just went back to the old habits. Defending, inviting pressure, just not moving, being careless with the ball, players just dribbling for no reason rather than passing. And the moment, of course, he took out Rodrigo, brought in, who did he bring on? He took out Rodrigo, brought in Fede Valverde. We then changed the formation. Mbappe and Vinny played up front. And then he took out Mbappe and brought in Camavinga. And there was 5 midfielders. And then towards the end, he took out Jude and brought in Brahim. And this is what it made no sense, because the last 5 minutes of the game, we've got Vinny and Mbappe as our 2 strikers. And every time our Alaba gets the ball, or Raul gets the ball, or Fran Garcia gets the ball, the first thing on their mind, just kick it out. Just kick it up for Vinny and Brahim. You're kicking it up to players who's 5'6", 5'5", and you expect them to win the ball over 3 centre-backs of Rayo who are all 6 feet. Like the last 10 minutes, it was so horrible to watch, because we didn't try to do anything. There was no intention to keep the ball. There's no intention to maybe try to create something. It was only defend with 5 numbers, defend with 5 midfielders, making sure we don't concede. We're playing at home, bro. This is what I don't understand. We're playing at home. Like, I don't know, man. We can't. Oh, man. It's the old habits once again. Like, literally, the first half was great football. The second half was Carlo Ancelotti. Ball. Some of the players who... Let's go straight into it in terms of... Lunin, for me, made some good saves in the first half. Second half, he made 2 good saves in the second half. The goal itself, it's got nothing to do with him. He has got a difficult job. So, of course, he's got... The next 2 games are 2 difficult games. One against Atletico in the Champions League, and then one against Villarreal away from home. So he's got 2 tough games for him to, of course, make sure we get something from. But in terms of the game, I'll give Lunin a 7. Lucas Vazquez, that's nothing much really he could have done defensively. He wasn't threatened too much, because the person who he was going up against has only made 3 successful dribbles the whole season. So I wasn't worried about Lucas defensively. Him going forward, the first half he was decent. The first half he was okay. Second half, it was okay. That was nothing really much to talk about. Raul's rating is a bit weird because Raul, I don't know what, like the first half he made a very risky pass to Lunin, and no look pass to Lunin makes no sense, because why are you making a no look pass to the goalkeeper and you don't even know where the goalkeeper is? Because the goalkeeper could be on the left hand side. The goalkeeper's not necessarily right there in the middle. He's not far deep. It was a risky pass for Raul. Second half, he was a bit better. Second half, he woke up and I think he was composed. But other than that, I'm going to give Raul a 6.5. Especially the first half, which is a bit Alaba was okay. Alaba for me was okay. Alaba, the second half was good. He made a crucial block in the first half. Second half, his ball playing was okay, except for the last 10 minutes where every time he got the ball, he was just kicking it up. With Avila, I'm gonna give him a 7. Actually, I'm gonna give him the same rating as no, 7. Second half was okay. Frank Garcia was good. I was happy with Frank Garcia's performance. I was happy with how he did in the final third. I saw him a lot in the final third. I saw him a lot carrying the ball forward. He was inverting, he was overlapping. I was impressed with his performance. Defensively, he did his thing. Defensively, he wasn't. There was maybe 1 or 2 moments where I felt like he got beaten on a defensive end. But I think other than that, I was kind of happy with Frank Garcia. Out of all of them, I think he was the highest rating in terms of the back line. Chemeni was excellent. Chemeni, for me, was one of the best players of the game. Defensively, he was solid. Defensively, he was a rock defensively. Especially in the first half and the second half. You could barely beat him. You could barely dribble past him. He was intercepting everything. Even him on the ball. He was beating the press. He was composed on the ball. Finding the right passes. There was a moment where he got pressed by 2 players. He beat the press so easy and got fouled. I was very happy with his performance. Whether he played as a lone pivot or whether when we defended he was playing as a double pivot next to Luka Modric. He was so good. So good. For me, he was our second best player of the game. Beautiful performance. The same goes to Luka Modric. Of course, Luka Modric towards the end got a bit tired, but the first half he was making the right passes. The Trevellas, 2 passes he made. He found an elite pass over the top. One to Mbappe, one to Vinny in the first half. The second half, you could see he got tired, but every time he got the ball, I think he was very composed with the ball, and he made sure to keep the ball rather than just kicking it forward. I think the habit that we had in the last 10 minutes were whenever we had the ball, we just kicked it forward. We just kicked it. There was no reason to keep the ball, like keep hang of the ball. And I think he was the only one who did that in the first half and at the beginning of the second half. I'm gonna give Luka an 8. Jude Bellingham, I think defensively was very good. Defensively was very, very good. For going forward, it was okay. He was making the right passes, but I expect more from Jude. I kind of feel bad for him because there was a lot of times he made the right runs inside the box or outside the box, but Mbappe and Vinny took too many touches and never found him. That the ball got intercepted. I could see sometimes he got annoyed. He didn't put his hand in frustrations, but he knew, pass me the ball, like pass me the right moment of the game. But I don't know. I think Jude, I'm gonna give him a 7. Rodrigo, I don't know. Rodrigo had glimpses, but there was nothing consistent. There was nothing consistent with Rodrigo. Like, I saw glimpses of it, and maybe the hand injury hurt him. But other than that, wasn't sort of a lot to expect or to see from, like, he didn't deliver a lot. I'm going to give Rodrigo 6.5. Mbappe was good in the first half. Mbappe was very good in the first half. I don't understand why he got taken out. Him being taken out made no sense. It made absolute no sense for me. Because you killed our attacking outlet. You killed completely the way, first of all, he was pressing, and secondly, he was at least giving us something going forward. Whenever he got the ball, you knew what to expect from him. And he was creating uncertainty between the defenders of Rayo. You taking him out made it much easier because Rayo in the last 10 minutes, they never defended. They never defended. It was so easy for them because they knew there was no attacking outlet for Real Madrid. You killed us offensively by you taking out Mbappe. But in the first half, the goal was very well taken. He made some good balls, good creativity in the first half. He was dropping deep. I liked his performance in the second half. I think Luka Modric was slightly better than him. I'm gonna give him a 7.7. But for me, the best player of the game goes to Vinicius Jr. This is exactly what we want from Vinny Jr. every single game. Clearly, he watched my video. Clearly, when I said to him yesterday in my video, asking like what the hell is going on with Vinny Jr., and I basically said to him like what I want from you in the next 4 months. I understand that the beginning of the season, especially don't forget the beginning of the season. I think the beginning of the season was good before he got injured. 2025 hasn't been good. I think that's been overthinking, bad decisions making the final third, not good enough, complaining, X, Y, and Z. I mean, you guys all know. But I think this is finally the first game where I felt like he was zoned in, he was concentrated, and especially in the first 50 minutes, 55 minutes, where he was literally on a different world. Like, the goal that he scored was sensational. For me, one of the best goals of 2025. The passing he was making, he was dropping deep, made two or three great. He better have 2 or 3 key chances. Let me see. Chances created 2 or 3. He was making elite passes. The last 30 minutes, I wasn't really too impressed with him. There was a chance where he ran into a difficult angle where he could have easily, there was no one around him, he could have easily positioned himself in a better angle, in a better direction where he could have shot that goal rather than passing it. But defensively, he was of course pressured. I think for me, he was our best player, and I'll give him a 9.5. A 9.5. 9.5. Actually, no, 9.5 is too much. 9.5 is way too much for him. I'm going to give him a 9. And I'm going to give Chimeni a 8.8. 9, yeah, that's it. Other than that, the highlight of the match for me goes to Carlo Ancelotti for ruining, and we were lucky to survive the last 20, 30 minutes because it was horrendous to watch. You killed the whole momentum. You killed the whole tempo of Real Madrid when you took out Rodrigo and then you took out Mbappe. We played with 5 midfielders, which was basically a sign for Rayo, come and attack us. We're basically allowing you. We're basically inviting pressure. It's not good enough, bro. It's absolutely not good enough. As for Real Madrid, it, of course, with the loss of Atleti, it takes us now above. Hold on, bro. It takes us above Atleti, bro. Above Atleti, same points as Barcelona. Barcelona, of course, got a game in hand after the game yesterday got postponed. Our next game is a Champions League semi-final. A lot to talk about for that game. But listen, I'll be, of course, doing a watch-along for that game on Wednesday. Put down in the comments what you guys took out from this game, what your guys' opinions are, and I'll be back tomorrow with my prediction for every single game of the Champions League round of 16 semi-final, where I'm going to be predicting by score every single game. See you tomorrow. Peace.